Aluf, Hebrew, lit. Champion, is the term used in the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, for officers who in other countries would have the rank of general, air marshal, or admiral. In addition to the Aluf rank itself, there are 4 other ranks which are derivatives of the word. Together, they constitute the 5 highest ranks in the IDF. Aside from being a military rank, Aluf is used as a civilian context, particularly of sport, meaning champion. Etymology: the term Aluf comes from the Bible. Aluf. The Edomites used it as a rank of nobility, while the later books of the Tanakh use it to describe Israelite captains as well. E.g., Zechariah 9, 7, 12, 5-6, and later. For example, Psalms 55, 13, where it is used as a general term for teacher. It comes from a Semitic root meaning thousand, making an alep the one who commands 1,000 people. Strong, however, connects the word used to describe the Dukes of Edom to a different root, alf, denoting a teacher, and the root for the animal, ox, from which the letter aleph itself is derived, rather than elef, thousand. However, they both comprise the same 3 letters. Rank order of Aluf and its derivatives. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, is an integrated force. Ranks are the same in all services. It has a slightly compacted rank structure. For instance, the Chief of Staff, Ramatkal, is seemingly only equivalent to a Lieutenant General. NATO of 8. In other militaries, Rav Aluf means Arch-General, which would be equal to a Field Marshal, a 5-star general in other armies, and equivalent to of 10. Rav Aluf, Hebrew, the highest rank in IDF. Chief of the General Staff rank. Literally, Arch-Aluf, Lieutenant General. Aluf, Major General. Arms, branches, and regional commands. Tat-Aluf, Hebrew, literally, Sub-Aluf, Brigadier General. Divisional and corps level. Aluf Mishni, Hebrew, literally, Secondary Aluf, Colonel. Brigade level. SGAN Aluf, Hebrew, literally, Vice Aluf, Lieutenant Colonel. Battalion level. Rav Aluf is usually translated as Lieutenant General, although it is the most senior rank in the IDF. The rank is given only to the Chief of General Staff, Ramatkal, so there can only be one active Rav Aluf under regular circumstances. However, this could change in a time of war. During the Yom Kippur War in 1973, retired Rav Aluf Chaim Bar-Lev was recalled up into service, replacing Shmuel Gonen as the commander of the Southern Theater. Thus, along with Chief of the General Staff David Elazar, who had succeeded Bar-Lev in that position the previous year, there were 2 people in active service holding the rank of Rav Aluf simultaneously. Israel is essentially a land and air power, with the Navy receiving less than 5% of the military budget. The 3 forces have the same ranks, although separate naval ranks were used for a short time in the 1950s. An officer who would be a general, air marshal, or admiral elsewhere is an Aluf in any of the Israeli forces. The non-Hebrew word general was also adopted into Hebrew, and is used to refer to the generals of foreign armies. It can also be used colloquially in reference to a senior Israeli officer, in a derogatory sense, implying that the officer in question is over-officious, incompetent, or involved in internecine power struggles with other officers, sometimes referred to as the War of the Generals, Hebrew, to the neglect of proper military duties. For example, in a speech made by the former Israeli Labour Party chairman Amir Peretz, he criticized 2 other party members who both hold the rank of retired Aluf, former Vice Chief of General Staff Aluf Matan Vilnai and former commander of the Israeli Navy, Aluf Amilon, referring to them, and other former senior officers of the IDF, as the generals and admirals. I look around me, and hear the voices. I look and I don't believe. Whenever a party does not win the status of a ruling party, the most respectable post is the defense ministry. And I hear the generals and the admirals say, "Why the defense ministry?" I hear the voices, and I am happy with myself, because this means we succeeded in changing the agenda in the state of Israel. The revolution is that a social general is no longer ruled out from being a minister of defense, and our generals yearn to deal with social issues. Quote, see also, Israel Defense Forces ranks. Mickey Marcus, the IDF's first Aluf. Yaakov Dori, the IDF's first Rav Aluf. Chief of Staff.